Whoops, that was the wrong intro. I'm just cruising along, waiting for the intro to be over. I'm like, oh, I pushed the wrong button. Oops. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Monday night Beachcomber Store Review. With me this week in the beach chair is Michelle. How are you, Michelle?
I am doing well, thank you. Oh, here's the cat.
I just saw the little paw go, hey, hello, I'm down here. You are ignoring me. I want to be on your lap.
What's your problem?
Thank you for being in the hot seat tonight. So without further ado, let's pop it right up. Now, I gotta ask you, are you planned out or just happy accident that your feature items are all Easter based?
Oh no, that was planned.
Okay. Now, did you sell one recently? Because you obviously planned it, and it does hold 4.
Yep, I just sold it this morning, and there's actually a new one in there right now.
Oh, is there?
Yep.
Let me refresh. It was like magic. It was like, ta-da! Yeah. So, one thing I never even thought about talking about or even doing myself is, hey, you got some spring stuff. Spring's right around the corner. Get it in your featured item. So, if you have not worked on your featured items or ever used them, let's do that. All right, so first thing from now on, what I'm going to do is look at the feedback, and there is absolutely nothing to discuss. Well done.
Thank you.
Very well done. 100% across the board, and looks good. Now, you also sell on Etsy. So let me back it up here. 9,678 sales?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I used to make lampwork beads, hot glass. And so before I actually switched the store over to being resale, it was all bead sales.
So that's I was like, how many?
Yeah, I probably made and sold about 1 million beads before I quit.
Wow. Yeah, I wish I had an actual accurate number, but I think back over the last 21 years of CDs selling, and when I worked at stores, of course, I moved crates of CDs. And I inventoried 11 stores, and I'm like, I think I've had to have touched 1 million CDs in the last 21 years, and it's got to be, it's got to be. What is hot glass? Did you say hot glass?
Yeah, hot glass. I started out first in stained glass, and then in like the early 1990s, hot glass was rediscovered. The glass that's done in Murano. And
okay.
It hit the stained glass studios, and especially bead making and small hot glass figurines.
There you go. All right. So let's go. Let's see here. If you at store. All right. So overall, you have your pictures dialed in. I don't think I have any notes on pictures.
Thank you.
You have just gorgeous. I do have one note, two notes.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, just gorgeous pictures, all nice and squared up. No weird shapes, no matter what you're selling. So absolutely love it. And I love the fact I had multiple tiki mugs to work with. Yes.
Learned it from you.
Like, records last week, and I'm like, be still my heart. And then this week you had multiple tiki mugs. I'm like, what is happening? Is next week person going to have like a ton of CDs?
There you go.
All right. So the one thing for all your listings, and I just happen to notice this is the first one I looked at, is inches are great and absolutely needed, but we're the only fools that deal in inches. So you got to have centimeters too.
Okay.
Because you do sell worldwide, and every other customer is going to have to go convert somewhere. Right. And so you never, ever want your customers to leave to go do something because they ain't coming back.
Okay.
Especially in this ADD world now. They're like, because I do things in my office all day long. I got people working, and I'll walk out to the shipping area where my adult assistant is, and I'll just look at her for a second, and I'm like, what am I out here for? Then I got to come back to my desk, figure it out. Now, of course, I'm going to figure it out because that's important to my business. But a shopper's going to walk out somewhere and be like, and I'm gone, just moving on. Their eyes see other things. So always, always, always have inches and then centimeters.
Okay.
I did look at your listings. It looked fine on mobile, but it is better for reading and things that Google has said to us to write things in more of just a bullet form without the bullets. So all the stuff you've written is fine. Just make them and then.
Okay. I used to do that in a couple of older listings, and then I switched over to like the 3 sentences, but I can do that definitely.
Yep. Whoops. The Disney nerds are excited about your store. And then we're going to talk about something I haven't done in a while. We're going to talk about the store in general at the end here. Now, have you watched the last couple?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So your shipping, I can't figure out.
Okay.
Everyone has a theme. Like, okay, I can see where the left turn went here. Going through yours, it can't even be shipping policies because it isn't uniform across the board. And so I can't figure it out. So the first one I noticed was right here in this tiki mug. Okay, you only have 2 options. Parcel select ground, the slowest, and express, the fastest and most expensive. Now, parcel select ground nowadays, it is never, ever a viable option because it's always going to be within pennies of priority mail. So you might as well. Now, this is a mug that there are a ton of. That's what I should have brought up. So let's go look at because when there's a ton of something, you got to make sure you stand out in the pack. So right now, your first option is the slowest, and then your second option is the fastest, but also the most expensive. Sale. Okay, so the sale with Harvey's, even yours isn't the sale with, but there's 5 right now. And then if we just back that sale out, because there's also the bucket mugs. 117 Harvey's mugs. So you want to make sure that you're in the ball game. So, I guess I have it on the next one. I'll show you why you shouldn't use parcel select on the next one because it's gonna the price change of 2 changes ago made parcel select ground stupid to ever use because it's sometimes identical in price as priority. So why ever use it? And sometimes it's just pennies.
Right. And I used to always upgrade to priority, even if they selected parcel.
Okay, so if you're going to do that on the norm, you might as well have it listed there because you're hurting yourself in search results.
Yeah, this is really weird because I put on ground, priority, and express. I don't understand why only 2 of them are showing up.
Yeah, so that's weird. All right, so, okay, boom. Now let's go over to this. Whoops. I always forget to go back to the first. Okay, Irish Kisses. So what I want you to add right away when we're done tonight, you have St. Patrick's Day in the description. And of course, it's on the precipice. If you got anything green and remotely related, get St. Patrick's Day in your title or your item specifics. In your description, no one's going to see it. Excuse me, when people search things on eBay, eBay reads your title and your item specifics. So just add a custom item specific, label it holiday, and then put St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
It's fine in your description. It's just not getting picked up by the search results.
All right.
Yeah, but we can use UPS ground, and that's better than parcel select. Like really, parcel select isn't really a thing we ever want to use anymore because we have the FedExes and the UPSs at our disposal on eBay. Let's keep that in mind. Okay. And then shipping on this one too. So this is a coffee mug. Coffee mugs, like I just shipped the big hug mug today. In a box, it's 1 pound, 3 ounces.
Right.
Okay. So let's look at your shipping. You have 1026 parcel select ground, 1390 priority mail. Now, I grabbed a thing I got to ship tomorrow. There we go. That is going to Kentucky. So not all the way across the country, but across enough. I plugged in the dimensions of your coffee mug. Priority mail is 1068. And if we go all the way down to parcel, it is 1026. So for 60 cents, you're hurting yourself in the search for 60 cents.
Okay.
So if 20 people had this mug, you'll be the last one on the list. If people are searching, especially by shipping, and if they don't by best match, you'll still be way, way down because you're using the slowest one, and you're using the slowest by 60 cents. Now, That being said, okay, so let's look at the delivery times. Parcel Select would get it there between March 3rd and 11th. That's kind of a big window. Priority would be 3rd through the 6th. Now, let's get rid of UPS, and we'll go UPS. So March 2nd through the 8th, and it's 10/23. So even cheaper than Parcel Select Ground with a better delivery window by 3 days.
Okay.
And then now let's pop over to FedEx and get rid of UPS. FedEx home delivery, even cheaper, $9.32, and even of a better estimated delivery. So everyone within my earshot, you do not want to use Parcel Select Ground anymore for anything because we have all these options. And look, cheaper, even Smart Post is $9.89 with the same delivery window. Okay?
Okay.
So there you go. There you go. Yeah, eBay's been doing some weird stuff, dropping one, but it's weird. So that was my first thought, Marianne. Very good. But when I look at Michelle's other ones, I can see 3 options. So that one, that's why I couldn't figure out a rhyme nor reason, because your shipping wasn't uniform across the board, and that's why I'm like,
That's fine.
Pirate ship won't be any real better. It might, but it'll be close. All these things will be close. So that's why I don't want you to use the worst one.
Mm-hmm.
Perfume, UPS Ground. We already saw that UPS Ground was still cheaper than Parcel Select Ground and a better delivery window. Trust me, Elisa, Parcel Select Ground is out. Get it out of everyone's vocabulary. We don't want to use it no more. So what I use first, priority. Unless it's under a pound, everything I ship's priority for the most part. That being said, if I'm shipping a big thing of books, yeah, okay, I'm going to use medium mail. But things that are like a coffee mug, a tiki mug, they're all going priority. Yeah, I want to get them there, get them to the customer, and get them happy.
Sounds good. What? God.
Mommy's working.
She never does this. She refuses.
All right, so let's get rid of that and that. Adorable egg cup. And I didn't notice it on the first couple listings. I don't know if you're still doing it. I don't know if this is new or old.
It is new.
No, what I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Saying this, I'm assuming most of your items come from some sort of thrifting.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who was a smoker before you. So don't say that. You're actually setting yourself up for failure more so because someone gets it who's super sensitive and like, oh my God, something you didn't even smell. And then they're really mad. You said smoke free. So don't set yourself up. Don't give extra stuff. It's like if you ever get caught by the cops, wait for your lawyer. Don't just start saying shit, Don't be like, well, I was not in there except for 3 hours ago. Don't say those things because it's only going to come back to hurt you. So just get rid of those things. And the I package carefully. We all should. Of course, we've all seen the horror stories. That ain't the case.
Okay.
You can say it. It's not bad, but I mean, that's kind of like you should,
Necessary though.
Yeah. Okay. Did you watch Nadine's presentation yesterday?
No, I did not.
Okay, so go watch it. It's about cottagecore, but we learned there's a new thing that I didn't even know about called frogcore. It is people who are into frogs super duper much that they have so much that they have a name for it. Oh. And so frogcore would definitely be a term you can use, if not in your title, definitely in your M specifics, because it's a new nerdy thing. And I say nerdy very lovingly because I'm a nerd too for things. So I'm not saying nerd in a derogatory way, but yeah, it's this thing. And so I was like, oh my God, I tried to sell this and it didn't sell way back in the day on eBay. And I go, will this work for frogcore? Because it's also macrame. She's like, oh my God, that's so great. I'm like, all right, I got to pay attention now. That's good. Leanne had smoke free. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because also, yes, good, Brian. So say your thing smells great, but then unfortunately the delivery guy smoked. We've all had that happen, especially if you've been around a long time, and then they're thinking it's you. And then you find out later that it's their, USPS guy. So, all right. So let's look at this shipping too, because these coffee mugs don't weigh all that much. And same thing, you got your and also, as you can see, we can do the priority for like just a smidge above $10 or a smidge below 11. So charging 14, you're going to scare people away because that 14 is really over 3 above what you're actually shipping it for. But if you still want to go slow, that FedEx Home, you can get it for under $10.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the kind of items because now look, here's the difference. If you have a super duper rare book or CD or tiki mug that no one else has, yeah, charge whatever you want. But this is a frog mug. There's a billion frog mugs out there.
Well, the last I knew, the nearest FedEx facility was about 20 miles away, but I will check and see if there's anything closer now.
Now, do you have a Walgreens anywhere near you?
Yes.
Okay, all Walgreens are FedEx drop-offs now.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 5 minutes away.
Yeah, I luck out half a mile. So you leave my development, half a mile to the left is Walgreens, and half a mile to the right is UPS store. And so I lucked out because I got them right on both corners. And of course, my USPS will be picking it up. With a video game Frogger be Frogcore. Funny you should mention that, Brian. They are casting for a game show called Frogger, where humans will be playing the role of the frog running in between cars and on logs. And I'm on an email list where I got asked if I wanted to be a contestant. I'm like, 20 years ago, maybe. Not anymore. Oh, yeah, Dollar Store, too. They're also FedEx drop-off, yeah.
Okay, got that.
That was a great deal that they cut for all us small sellers. Okay. So I do know that this Yoda is a Lego Yoda, and I do know it's from the Clone Wars. Clone Wars. Clone Wars is what's happening in my office. Clone Wars. But what you want to do, you got Clone Wars here twice.
Okay.
And so this is going to be a smidge of keyword spamming, but not really. I would definitely pick one of those and switch it out to Empire Strikes Back, because that's where we first meet Yoda. So you might as well put in that too. I know this is from Clone Wars, but there's no one going to be like, hey, jerk. This is an Empire. But it'll get more eyes on it, and that's not a bad keyword spamming. It's not like, oh, this is a Gucci purse, and then you put not Coach. Yeah, that's bad. Oh, and look, Lisa has 2 Darth Vader clocks like that. You guys could have a lightsaber duel. Yes, Clown Wars. My new game show starting in March. And then, all the same thing with your, oh, does it do anything? I didn't think about that. Besides, does it talk or anything?
No, it's movable, and you can bop the head down to put the snooze on or the light, but that's about it.
Okay. So it doesn't say any like Yoda-isms. Okay.
No.
That's what I was hoping for. Okay, so I ran this one past my wife, and we cannot figure it out. This one has me scratching my head. Okay, so you've got this paragraph about this mug that looks suspiciously like this paragraph on the mug selling site or the mug collecting sites. So I can tell you copied and pasted it. That's not the problem I have. Somehow you changed the spelling of the name of the mug, and I don't understand how you did that. Because if you look, so the name of the mug has an A on the end. You don't. There's no A on the end of your mug name. But if you look down here, so how did the letter right there drop off of if you're copying and pasting an entire paragraph?
What excellent.
Isn't that a head scratcher?
Yes. I wonder if they got knocked off somewhere.
Well, Stacey goes, well, what if it was a red squiggly? I go, with or without the A? It ain't a real word. It ain't a real English word, I should say. So the red squiggly is going to come up either way. So I go, I don't even understand how that happens. Now, I told you in the spelling of this one mug, I'm like, so I was looking it up using your spelling. I'm like, And then I'm like, oh, there's an A, and that A changes the game. So obviously, fix that. Now, when you have mugs from bars, especially celebrated bars, if you don't know if it's celebrated or not, ask me, I can help.
Okay.
You're bearing the lead. The lead should be 3 dots and a dash, and you have that almost at the end. The tiki mug is what the item is generically. That's never usually the first thing. It's usually going to be, if it's from a place, the name, and then tiki mug. That's kind of the order. Yeah, but spell check wouldn't work because, Bri, this isn't a word, which I just highlighted, in the English language. And even if you add an A, it ain't a word in the English language. So it makes no sense. It's just so weird. Yeah, there was 2 different font sizes. I saw that, Glenn, in the Yoda one. But
yeah, that creeps up on me once in a while.
yeah, and I noticed that was only like in the one thing. I was like, so yeah, that Lisa wants to challenge you to a duel with your clocks. All right. So this is 3 Dots and a Dash. It's a great tiki bar in Chicago when we can move about the country. If you're anywhere near Chicago, you've got to go because it's an amazing bar. But this is probably one of their least exciting mugs. And although rare, no one's really hunting for it. That's the other problem.
Okay.
And so the actual worth is about $50. Now, I didn't even know some of the other ones. Do you not normally have make offer? You do not?
No, not really. I tried it at the beginning and then I took it off.
Okay. When you say at the beginning, how long ago was that?
2 years, maybe.
I would definitely put it back on because so doing my research, once I figured out the spelling, this mug sells consistently for $50. And so you're tuning away everyone who's like, well, I'd offer a 50 or 60, but I ain't paying 100 because that mug's not worth $100.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally didn't even notice that till right now. You don't have the make offer. Always have make offer because sometimes people just want to save $5 just to feel like they got a deal, and you have it set up so they can't do that, and so they'll just roll on. And so if you have something, but look, I'm all for list it high and let it fly, but you got to have the make offer. So if it's sitting around, like we're going to talk about, those bookends coming up, it's in, I just saw something.
All right.
$30 for a CD. If it's sitting around too long, you'll be entertaining any kind of offer at some point. Like today, I had a CD for $100. It wasn't worth the $100, but it was rare and didn't come up too often. But it was rare in the way that most people don't even know it exists. And so finally today, and I've had it up for like 6-8 months, I had it for 100. Someone offered me 20. And I did see the last one sold for 5. Yes, I will absolutely take 20. But if I didn't have that option, I wouldn't have got that $20 bill today.
Right.
Okay. All right, cool. Moving on. Okay. Do you know your Star Wars?
Not very closely, no.
Okay, I'm going to guess so by the information in your listing.
Okay.
Because you have, for movie, Star Wars 4. Well, Star Wars 4 is A New Hope, and Yoda is not in that movie.
Oh, all right.
Yoda's in Star Wars 5 and Star Wars 6, Empire Strikes Back, and The Return of the Jedi. So those you want to get in there, but you do want to get rid of 4. Yeah, as Leanne says, you can always counter their offer, and you always can decline. But as soon as someone starts talking to you about price, like a dude, try to get a vest from me today for $34. The vest itself is worth about $25, but there was 2 patches on it that made it at my minimum $40. And he gave me his spiel. Look, 34 with shipping and tax, and blah, blah, blah. That's all I'm going to go. That's all I'm going to go is his last sentence. And I said, thanks for the offers. 40 is my lowest because those 2 patches are worth a good bit of money by themselves. And he took it right after that. Even though he said, I'm not going any more than 34, when I gave him back my rebuttal as to why he's going to give me 40, he gave me 40.
Excellent.
Yes, Brian said Star Wars nerds would be upset. I got to say, Brian, I was a little upset when I saw it myself today.
Yeah, I saw the original Star Wars movie on top of a station wagon in the 70s. That's about as far as I went.
My mom's in the chat. Hey, Mom, do you remember what car we had in 77? Because I, too, saw it in the drive-in. I saw it 4 times in the theater, but one was at the drive-in, and so I'm not sure what car we were in. Okay, so on something like this where you have a million keywords, a million. So this is Mickey through the years, and we can see all kinds of different Mickeys. Now, it's a $20 coffee mug or maybe even a little less, so I wouldn't put an hour's worth of work into it. However, when you get down here and it says character, story, or theme, you've already written Mickey Mouse in your title. So it is really a waste at this point to write Mickey Mouse again. So let's go for his debut, because there is a Steamboat Willie right there. So for the character down below, Steamboat Willie, or Sorcerer's Apprentice, or add both, or Jack and the Beanstalk. You have all these keywords, so never ever repeat what you already got in your title.
Okay.
Try to think of something else. Oh, what will people look for? Oh, people look for Steamboat Willie stuff. I'll throw that in there because Steamboat Willie's on the mug. Okay, here's one of my only quips with your pictures. I do not like this first picture.
I do not either. And
Okay.
it was shot on a gray background.
See, here's what you should do. When you sell 6 of anything, especially like this, do a pyramid, 3, 2, 1. And you got a nice square, because this reads to me as 3 tall glasses.
Yeah, okay.
Especially when you're on, because I looked at it on my cell phone too, to make sure I wasn't being like nitpicky. And yeah, I was just like, oh, it's just 3 tall glasses. It really messes with the eye. Everything else is good. So yeah. Oh, we had a station wagon too. There we go. Brian was picking up Star Wars soundtracks today. I mean, yeah, we didn't know it was going to be a whole Star Wars night, did we, everybody? Did I just screw up? Yep. Okay. The $1 million question. State of Ohio coffee mug. Why do you have olives in the title?
I thought those were olives on the tree.
Now, if olives were on the tree, they would not have pimento. That's what the red part is.
Okay.
Those are Buckeyes, the state nut of Ohio. Olives on the tree, in some places, yeah, but they would just be the olive without the pimento. That's the added after for the selling to the consumer.
Okay.
But I get it. But yeah, I'm like, for a second, I'm like, are we famous for olives? And I didn't even know growing up there. Yeah, so that would be a Buckeye. So yeah, Buckeye, and they don't say Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oops, it doesn't say it, but that's definitely what that guitar is representing. So in your item specifics, I would absolutely add Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
For sure. Yep. Howard said OH, no. Someone from Ohio, you go OH, and someone else goes IO. Yes, but don't eat them. Yeah, the good Buckeyes, they look the same, but the good ones are made from chocolate and peanut butter. It's a delicious treat. All right, and then the last before we get to your 3 oldest. Okay, so there are certain characters that become famous that aren't the focal point of the movie they're from. And so what most people never think to add is the movie they are from. So in Tinkerbell stuff, Peter Pan should always be in your item specifics.
Okay.
Same with like Dopey or Grumpy, because those two have become famous in their own right, but no one ever remembers to put in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, because that's where they come from, and that's you getting more keywords jammed in without anyone giving you a hard time.
Right.
Now, my next question is, when the company calls it a specific thing, like, oh, I don't know, let's say a stepping stone, why don't you use that in your title?
I don't know.
Obviously, Disney has called it that. Now, there are no words that are wrong in your title, but if someone's looking for that and they're like, it's called the stepping stone, they're going to search stepping stone.
Right.
Now, also, I looked at your measurements. This might fit in a padded flat rate. Bubble wrap, 2 pieces of cardboard, because your shipping is $16 for economy. Yikes.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Now, that being said, it for sure would fit in a flat rate medium priority, which is only $13. And it might fit in a regional A, which would be about $10. And of course, would get there quicker, would put you up higher in search, and be cheaper than the parcel select round. Oh, real notes. I like that. I watched a lady at the grocery yesterday crossing out her, I got this, I got that on pen and paper. I'm like, dang, I haven't done like a list like that on paper. We just use our phones. And I was just like, whoa, old school. No, I would definitely not remove the $6.99 label because it shows it's new and unused. The only time I would do that is if you're selling like some cheap clothing and it's got the little perforated tag that you can just get rid of the cheap clothing price. Yeah, that's about the only time I do it. When people try to give me any grief, well, it says $7 and it's not available for sale anymore. So that was the original price. I'm like, yeah, the Superman comic that routinely sells for $1 million? That says 10 cents. Shut up. And then they usually don't have a rebuttal to that because they're like, it's right. Just because it had a price on it doesn't mean that's still the going rate. Yeah, we used to write checks quite a bit, and I finally got you to bank online. So baby steps. Baby steps, Mom. Okay, so speaking of not having best offer, I cannot find anywhere to justify the price on these. And this is one of your oldest listings. So if I hop over to just in general, Craftsman Studios, Hammered Copper Bookends on WorthPoint, these are 600, and then everything else is in the like 1 to 200 area.
It's been a long time since I revisited that. There was somebody on eBay who had maybe 4 or 5 different styles of that, and that's what they were selling those for. But I haven't gone back.
Now, if they were actually selling, I would see them on WorthPoint for the most part. Like I said, here's the one that sold for $600. They are a different shape, but then everything else is way lower than that. Now, I don't mind you asking $500, but you got to have that best offer because you said, hey, here's one of my oldest listings. So for sure, I would freshen this up and change the order of the words a little bit, make it a new listing. I would knock the price down a smidge and then offer best offer and see what happens. Give it a brand new listing. It might catch someone's eye.
Okay. Yeah, I put that up again not too long ago, a few months ago when I took new photos for it, and it very quickly gets watchers.
Well, Tinkerbell is 2 words, so okay. So let's do some quotes so we get the exact stuff here. Okay, so 2 words, 36,098. 1 word, 83,000. So what that just tells us, thank you, Leanne, is we should have both. Okay. So definitely spell it. And look, that DVD looks like it's 1 word, but the back of your stone was 2 words. So I don't even know what the real answer is. So for sure, get 1, and this is one of those rare instances, get 1 in your title, and then 1 and spell it the other way in your item specifics. Then you're covered. Betty Page is the same way. Her name is Bettie, but for whatever reason, in the last 20 years, there's been so many products that came out with a Y to the point where people don't know the correct spelling. So I always have Betty IE in the title and then Betty with a Y in the item specifics. That way we catch everybody. We don't have to be the spelling police and we don't have to care how they spell it as long as they find our stuff. Oh, did you have both? Oh, did you have both in the title?
I might have done. It wasn't that long since I put that up.
But I'm glad Leanne brought that up. It's a good lesson to think about words that that end up being the same, but half the universe goes this way and half the universe goes that way. So you always want to catch them. All right. Okay, so my first question is, no, I'm not from Wisconsin. Was it called Storybook Land and Gardens, or why did you put Gardens in the title?
It was called Storybook Land only for a couple years. And then it changed to Storybook Gardens.
Okay, there you go.
And now it's not there anymore at all. But Wisconsin Dells is pretty huge.
Now, same thing with this one on pricing. Here's that exact plate sold for $5.84.
Oh, when was that?
That was May of last year.
Okay.
So look, I would absolutely love to see you get $38 for that plate. Now, I think 5's a little too low, But again, no best offer. You're stuck at, you've got to find someone who wants it for 38 or not, you know?
Yeah, I was hoping to find some rabid Wisconsin Dells fan.
And then your other oldest one, I've never, ever, 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 this is number 36 store review, been stumped. I can't find this damn thing anywhere.
Dude, I know, I can't either.
So I can't find it. And so does that mean it's super duper rare and just hang tight? Or no one cared? I mean, but the fact that I couldn't find another one in existence, when no, now I didn't spend 3 hours, but I did my due diligence and poking around, and I'm like, how can this be?
I can't find one. And the price tag on the bottom looks like it was purchased in Japan. I have no clue about this thing.
Now, I didn't think about it until right this second, until you said the word Japan out loud, even though I read it. Go to, when we're done, hop over to eBay Japan. It's ebay.jp.
Okay.
And then, you know, all modern computers automatically translate into whatever language you read, and see if you can find anything on eBay Japan.
Okay, awesome.
Now, when you don't really need abbreviations on state stuff, because I don't think most people would ever type the abbreviation. Excuse me, they would type the state out in whole. So, all right. So here's basically, I guess, the homework for the gang in the Secret Beach. See if you can find this anywhere, just to have a reference point. I was like, how can a mass-produced item from a major country like Japan, I can't find one? I mean, and it's so cool that they did the box with like the corrugate in this. I love the detail too.
It's got kind of the tie-in between the Menuneko. I'm butchering that pronunciation, but the Good Luck Cat.
Yep.
However, it says baby story on the bottom. I don't know if this is supposed to be a baby-oriented thing or what.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. It's baby story. Yep. Yeah, I'm stumped. Congratulations, you stumped me. I don't even know what. I can't even really give you an advice, because see, like the Wisconsin Dells thing, I give you advice. Here, it's sold for $5 at $38. You're probably too high. But this one, I don't know. All right, now, your store. So we're gonna end on this. Let's go back to your store in general. Your store very much has a theme, and the theme to me is whimsical and homey. Okay. Like, as I go through your store, I can see a fire in the fireplace, a couple kids laying on the rug coloring their coloring books. You know, that's the feeling I got from your store. All these things are very like homey, middle America. And then I thought, you aren't selling like any music, any clothing. You're very much in your lane. And the whole point of the Secret Beach is to get outside your lane a little bit. I can't even fathom. Oh, there is a little. I didn't even notice that CD until just now. I can't even fathom anybody not having any clothes at all.
I have a couple pieces of clothing, actually, including a really cool, like Snoopy jumper suit, but I don't have the setup yet to photograph it.
Okay.
My photograph is actually very small.
And music, come on, y'all! You're hanging out with me. You guys got to get into music.
I'm horrible at that.
But that's why the classes are there.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, what I sold tonight when we started is, and this is straight from the CD class, and I can't remember now if it's one or two, but doesn't matter because they're both there. A soundtrack to a video game that no one's ever heard of. People know who the Punisher is. It's a Marvel character, but this video game no one's ever heard of. But I got $30 for it. $30.
It's funny that comic books have come up a few times because I used to work for DC Comics.
Wow. Okay, Amazon. Hey, Elisa, can you send the link in the chat or message it to me? I never even thought at all to look at Amazon. You mean you can get it new on Amazon for $28? Yeah, send me the link. And then someone saw one on Bonanza too. And then Elisa said, here's the name of it, whatever that says.
Oh.
You guys rock. But yeah, so it's great that you're in your lane, but I want everyone, not just Michelle, everyone to expand outside their lane, because especially when you're at an estate sale, at a thrift store, garage sale. You gravitate first, like we all do, human nature, to the things we know the best. But then while you're picking up that stuff, to your left is a stack of CDs, and to your right is a bunch of vintage T-shirts, and in front of you is a bunch of stuff that we just learned about from Cottage Core. Can't pronounce that, homework. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever pronounce that. So definitely want to get everyone outside their comfort zone, because once you get outside and start to learn it, then you get more money. All right, did you message me, Elisa, or did you pop it in the chat? Because I don't see it either place. Do 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 do. Yeah, it's funny that we brought up Bonanza, because right before we went live, we were just talking about how I haven't had a sale on Bonanza together in forever, and then tonight, one of the things we're looking for is on Bonanza. Oh, you know what? If you guys are popping it in the chat, it might be Xing it out, because YouTube's gotten finicky with stupid links, which I don't mind. Elisa or Julie, can you message it to me real quick, please? Just in Facebook Messenger. Yeah, it happened to me the other day. I was trying to put a link, a helpful link that whoever was hosting the show called for, and YouTube said no. I'm like, all right, I get it to a point, but let the person running their YouTube channel decide it. All right, let's see what this little CD is, though. Birdsong Ear Training. Thank you, Elisa. Thank you very much. There it is. Bring that bad boy up. Oh, yeah. Man, I got schooled. I never thought to look at Amazon. Never in a million years. There it is.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. That's amazing.
Too funny. Good job. You guys rock. Yeah, I think it was Craig's show where YouTube kept going, nope. I get it to a degree, like, you know, kids doing a channel and you're throwing in nasty links. I get that. But, yeah, it makes it just annoying for the rest of us. All right, let's go back to the CD real quick. Where'd it go? I've lost. There we go. All right, so... All right, good on specifics as I was looking for. You definitely got it all filled in. And you use the catalog. Yes! Now, take that and expand it.
Okay.
Expand it. I think what we'll do is going into the spring here, as we're, you know, getting out of our cocoon, some of us are getting vaccinated, is, all right, everyone, I want you to put in what you're afraid of. And then the challenge will be to go find something that you're afraid of, to list it and sell it. Because Stephanie, who isn't in the chat right now, but she helps me out, she's had some glassware to ship me forever. And it's been like months. And I thought she just had poor follow through. She finally admitted today she was afraid to ship a bunch of glassware because she normally just sells sewing patterns. And so cardboard envelope, done. And I go, oh, well, you're shipping me glassware that I wanted you to pick up for me. So let's video chat. I'll get you all squared away. She showed me options of boxes. I'm like, yeah. So we all are afraid of something. And so let's do a month where we get out of what we're afraid of and go try not to be afraid of it with help from each other. How's that sound? All right. But man, your pictures are amazing. For the most part, everything is it's so pretty and perfect. I was like, wow, I have not seen a store that clean looking in a while. And so everyone always has that one like off picture, but yours were all, man, just nice. So good job. Very good job.
Thank you. My college degree paid off.
That is excellent. Oh, wow. Yeah, Kevin was shipping 2 orders of 6-piece stemmed glassware today. You know, I shipped a stemmed champagne flute FOMO once just to see if it would work, and it did. Now, if you're selling like, you know, a 300-year-old one, it wouldn't do it, but it was really inexpensive. And I'm like, all right, what if I just wrapped a little bit of bubble wrap around the stem so it was the same width as the flute, and then bubble, and then cardboard, and then the padded flat rate, and it worked. Oh, Leanne says, loves the name of your store. Now, we were talking, you changed the name of your store, and it's still stuck on the...
Yeah.
Now, so who was Cousin Vinny. What was it?
That has been my mom's joke since I was born. She buys extra gifts for people for Christmas from Goodwill or St. Vincent's, which is nicknamed Uncle Vinny. So they're always signed from Uncle Vinny. And that was the name of the store then.
All right. I like that too.
Yeah, me too.
But what's gone around vintage is cool too. Yes, Glenn, your pictures are very nice.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, Mom's talking about Champlain flus too. See, yeah. All right, cool. So good job. You don't got much to do other than just work on that shipping a little bit, figure it out, and clean it up.
Tomorrow.
Yep. And now we all, including myself, will use Amazon, which we should be using for our research tools. You didn't think of it. I didn't think of it. I'm like, I was in eBay. I was in Etsy. I was in Terapeak. I was in Worth Point. I was just bouncing around looking. Amazon, what's that? I didn't even think of that. I'm a guru.
Well, thanks so much.
Well, you're welcome.
Great.
You're welcome. Good to see us. Stay warm, and hopefully in the near future, we will be up that away, and we'll stop by and say hi.
Sounds good.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. See you on Thursday.